After a fantastic extravaganza, and what a night it was at the season premiere of Monday Night Raw last week, this week Raw takes its talents up north, and we are live from the nation's capital here in Washington, D.C. And tonight, here on Monday Night Raw, we will continue our big trek to Backlash, as we will see two more Intercontinental Championship matchup qualifiers to see who will fill in the last two spots with Javon Evans and Seth Rollins to complete the Fatal 4-Way matchup to crown the inaugural Intercontinental Champion here at Backlash. And also tonight, Becky Lynch will be in action after speaking her mind, saying her piece last week. We will see if the man can back up her claims here tonight in the middle of the ring. Of course, as we said, Monday Night Raw is live from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., here at the Capital One Arena. And we are sold out once again here on the Red Brand, and it is going to be another great night of action. The WWE Universe is packed here in the Capital One Arena, and everybody is ready to see exactly what is going to go down here tonight on Monday Night Raw. As we get closer and closer to Backlash, it is time to see who will make their name known, who's going to grab the brass ring and get one step closer to immortality. Of course, we announced these matchups last week. The final two Intercontinental Championship qualifying matchups. The leader of MFT, Solo Sikoa, has a big opportunity, and he is going to go one-on-one against one of the best lucha prospects there has been in the last couple of years. It is going to be Solo Sikoa versus Dragon Lee. And then, of course, later tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in our main event, a battle of two behemoths. This is going to tear the roof off the damn place, ladies and gentlemen. Intercontinental Championship qualifying matchup. Big Bronson Reed going one-on-one with the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Wait a minute here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting word in the headsets here. We need to get a camera backstage immediately. Hurry up and cut, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute. Braun Breaker has apparently found Jacob Fatu as the Samoan werewolf has just arrived to the building. And Braun Breaker, of course, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed had developed a little bit of a partnership, dare I say friendship. I don't know exactly if they're friends or not, but clearly there's been a partnership formed between Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And Braun Breaker just sent Jacob Fatu through that damn car window, and now Braun Breaker cutting Jacob Fatu in half with that damn spear. Well, Braun Breaker clearly taking matters into his own hands, trying to make sure that Jacob Fatu is not 100% for the main event later tonight. And it seems like Braun Breaker isn't done, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, a second spear. Braun Breaker feeling proud of himself, taking out the Samoan werewolf just before his big main event matchup here tonight. I don't even know if Jacob Fatu is going to be able to make it to the matchup as he continues to try to fight, but clearly Braun Breaker's not having it. And you can see a little bit there, Jacob Fatu was busted up. We need to get some damn help back there for the Samoan werewolf. Yeah, I don't think Braun Breaker's done. He's calling Jacob Fatu to get up again. Oh my goodness, a third spear. Fatu is hurt. He's hurt bad. And Braun Breaker fleeing the scene of the crime. Oh my goodness. Well, we've got to move on, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get set for the first Intercontinental Championship qualifier of the night. As mentioned earlier, ladies and gentlemen, there are 2 more spots to fill for the Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way matchup going down in St. Louis at Backlash. Last week at the season premiere of Monday Night Raw, we saw Javon Evans and Seth Rollins secure their spots. They are headed to Backlash, and tonight we fill those final 2 spots in this contest. The opening contest of the night will directly impact this match. We will get the 3rd spot filled up right here, right now. As you see, Solo Sikoa has his entire army behind him. Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, JC Mateo, and Hikuleo. MFT, part of the most dominant wrestling family in the business's history, a part of the bloodline, the Anoa'i family. You can see all of the talent it has brought into the business, and Solo Sikoa wants to bring another piece of gold, another championship reign to that historic and dominant family. But he's going to have to go through Dragon Lee, and that is not going to be an easy task, as Dragon Lee is here and ready to fight. Dragon Lee is looking to secure a big opportunity here tonight, possibly the biggest opportunity of his career, to head on to Backlash if he can defeat Solo Sikoa and to become the Intercontinental Champion. Dragon Lee, of course, a former World Tag Team Champion, but he has been looking for single success pretty much his whole career here in the WWE. He is a former NXT North American Champion, but he wants to win one of the big ones. Not saying that the NXT North American Championship isn't a big one, but he wants the United States Championship. He wants the Intercontinental Championship. Hell, if he can get there, he wants a World Championship. So we are going to see if Dragon Lee is able to take that first step here tonight as he goes one-on-one with that man, Solo Sikoa. As our referee, Adrian Butler, looks to get this one underway, but Dragon Lee taking matters into his own hands, and he's able to rush down Solo Sikoa to take him out early. But with the size advantage that Solo Sikoa has, Dragon Lee, he's going to have to use his speed and agility in order to win this contest here tonight. An early cover by Dragon Lee won't win in the match, but it'll at least try to slow down and tire down Solo Sikoa. But clearly Solo not taking lightly to how Dragon Lee tried to rush him to start the contest. And now just like that, Solo has started to slow things down just a tad bit. Of course, you can see most of MFT is there at ringside. You got Tongaloa, Tama Tonga, and JC Mateo. Hikuleo was sent to the back by Solo Sikoa. Doesn't think he really needs his big man here tonight. He thinks he can handle Dragon Lee no problem. But just in case, he has his 3 guys out there, and if it needs to be, he will bring back Hikuleo. Dragon Lee already sent to the outside by Solo Sikoa. His referee, Adrian Butler, keeping a close eye on the action right here, right now. He's especially got to keep a close eye on the other 3 on the outside because Solo has a big advantage here tonight. We're going to get back into the ring here with Dragon Lee and Solo Sikoa. Of course, this is a qualifying matchup for the Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way match at Backlash. We know Javon Evans and Seth Rollins, wherever they are watching this one closely to see who will be joining them at Backlash as Solo throws Dragon Lee off the top rope as Dragon Lee was looking for something big. Cover here by Solo, kick out though by Dragon Lee. Solo, he can't be getting frustrated already. The match really just started here. He knows that he's not going to beat Dragon Lee that easily. He knows that Dragon Lee is very resilient. That is why he's in the position that he is right now. He's in this position to try to get to Backlash for the Intercontinental Championship. Dragon Lee now in the corner as Solo Sikoa continues his assault, continues to try to take out Dragon Lee. Sends him to the other corner now as MFT looks on. And now here comes Solo Sikoa with the head of seam into the elbow there. And Dragon Lee is just trying to find a way to get himself back into this contest. Cover in the middle of the ring. Another kick out by Dragon Lee. Now what's Solo Sikoa's game plan? What is he looking to do right here, right now? Has Dragon Lee right where he wants him. Trying to weaken down Dragon Lee as much as he can. Trying to slow down Dragon Lee. You see, he's got the knee into the small of the back right there as Solo is stretching back on the luchador. Dragon Lee, though, able to slip out of the grasp of Solo Sikoa, but immediately gets his attention grabbed by Tonga Loa, and that is exactly why Solo Sikoa has his guys out there. With Dragon Lee, he's got to find a way to just not allow his attention to get grasped that easily. Solo now up to the second rope. Solo Sikoa feeling himself right now. What's the game plan here for Solo? Big splash there. Dragon Lee has just been squashed by Solo Sikoa, but it's a kick out at 2. Still a lot left in this fight. JC Mateo can't believe it. Tonga Loa can't believe it. Tama Tonga also couldn't believe it. They can't believe that Dragon Lee is still in this fight. But Dragon Lee now starting to fight back any way he can, trying to slowly get the momentum back into the swing of things. And now he's back with a big drop kick. And now what's Dragon Lee going to do here? Was thinking for some, but instead tries to come back inside the ring. Now sends Solo into the corner. And now Dragon Lee with a big drop kick in the corner, brushing the face of Solo. And now Dragon Lee to the top rope. Is he going to be able to hit what he wants? Dragon Lee, oh my goodness! Well, instead of going for Solo, goes for the rest of the MFT, and he takes them all out. And now Solo tries to catch him in the ring here. Dragon Lee, though, starting to find his way back into it. Into the La Magistra. Has the cover on Solo Sikoa. And Solo able to get the shoulder up. Oh, my goodness. But Dragon Lee is back in the fight. He was able to take out all of MFT on the outside. Flying to take, oh, my goodness. Well, you knew this was going to happen after Dragon Lee took it upon himself to try to take all 3 of them. But that distraction didn't do a damn thing for Solo Sikoa. And now Dragon Lee, what's the game plan here? He's got Solo right where he wants him. Here we go. Oh, my goodness, that big elbow damn near just took off Solo's head. Has the cover to win the match, but a kick out by Solo Sikoa. I thought Dragon Lee had the damn matchup won. And now he's going to go to the top once again. Oh, but he caught Solo. I thought he was going to miss, but he barely caught Solo with the tip of his boot. And now Dragon Lee. What's his game plan right here, right now? Decides against it. I mean, he was right there in front of the MFTs. Oh, there's a big super kick. I think he was going to try to go for something big, but the MFTs were all right there. And now Dragon Lee just spamming any offense he can to weaken down. So, wait a minute, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? The referee caught JC Mateo red-handed, tried to pull Dragon Lee out of the ring, and JC Mateo's been thrown out. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, he might as well throw out all 3 of them. That was ridiculous. And now Solo, he's going to take advantage of the distraction with the Samoan spike. And just like that, Solo Sikoa and the MFTs have screwed Dragon Lee out of a life-changing opportunity. Excuse me. And that is why the numbers game is just ridiculous. JC Mateo pulling Dragon Lee out of the ring just as he was gaining big momentum, was probably about to put this one to bed. And in the result, Solo Sikoa plus the Samoan spike spelled disaster for Dragon Lee. And Solo is going to Backlash. Do I like the way he got the job done? No, frankly I don't. But do you know who doesn't give a damn what other people think? That man right there, Solo Sikoa. He wants success for him and his family by any means necessary. And that is what he's looking to do in St. Louis, as now Solo Sikoa has put his name in the hat. He joins Javon Evans and Seth Rollins. 3 spots have been filled up. Either Jacob Fatu or Bronson Reed will fill the final spot later tonight. It is a big, happy night for the MFT. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take you back to last week here on Monday Night Raw on the season premiere. We opened the show with the voice of the voiceless, the Second City Saint, the best in the world, CM Punk, coming out to speak his mind, basically saying he's staking claim to the World Championship. He would then be interrupted by the ring general Gunther, who would come out and basically say the same thing, calling Punk number 2 here in the company, behind him and him only. And then, of course, Punk would, I guess, drop some truth on Gunther. He would drop some truth on Gunther, saying that he is really not as good as he says he is, because he always runs from the fight and he never takes a challenge head on. This would really piss off Gunther, as Punk said he was afraid of CM Punk, saying Gunther was afraid of the best in the world, and this would start this all-out brawl that really, I think, took place almost all night. Gunther and Punk would go back and forth as the show kicked off. Basically a battle of 2 big names here in the WWE, 2 of the top stars here on Monday Night Raw, going back and forth to see exactly who is the true heir, who has the true claim to the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther would then get himself involved in the main event of the night between Seth Rollins and Ludwig Kaiser, trying to get Kaiser a way to get to Backlash, but CM Punk would make his name known once again to the ring general, foiling the plans of Gunther, in which that would lead Seth Rollins to take victory and get on to Backlash. And so, wait a minute here. Well, we've got to cut the cameras again, ladies and gentlemen, off the recap of last week. It seems like Gunther and Punk have found each other again here this week, and Gunther is not too happy about what went down. Gunther not too happy that Punk foiled his plans of getting Ludwig Kaiser to Backlash last week, trying to help him out against Seth Rollins, as it seems like Gunther is going to take all his frustrations out on CM Punk, as the best in the world is sent into the windshield now. Well, that poor car, the driver door window was broken. That seemed to be prepared. And now the damn windshield, the front window, is gone. That poor car has surely gone through it here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But CM Punk and Gunther are brawling once again. And at some point, the bell's going to have to ring, I believe, ladies and gentlemen. At some point, we've got to get these 2 in the middle of the ring so they can settle their damn differences. But Punk already threw out that challenge to Gunther last week, telling him to lace up the boots, but Gunther didn't want to. I believe trying to basically say that Punk was not worth his time, but clearly he is contradicting his own statement with this brawl here tonight as they continue to go back and forth with each other. CM Punk and Gunther continuing to grab a piece of each other, trying to pull each other's hair out. And it seems like right now CM Punk is all over the ring general, talking a little bit of trash in the process as CM Punk. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as that brawl continues, we've got to move on here. We've got to move on with more action here tonight. The man has come around to Washington, D.C., and Becky Lynch is in one-on-one action.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Dublin, Ireland, the man, Becky Lynch.
Of course, last week we all heard what Becky Lynch had to say, saying basically she is the only woman here on the roster that she believes deserves to be Women's World Champion. And then she was interrupted by the returning AJ Lee, who we know is not here this week, unfortunately. But AJ Lee would return to the WWE and basically tell Becky Lynch off, saying there are a lot of talented women in that locker room, and she is not going to allow Becky Lynch to just trounce all over them, not walk all over them, not bring them down, not bring down their talents. Becky Lynch, of course, wasn't hearing anything of it, and now tonight she has a chance to prove her claims as she goes one-on-one with one of those women that that AJ Lee was trying to defend, saying that their talents are very good and they should be showcased just a little bit more. It is Michin, and she is looking to put Becky Lynch in her place. The head baddie in charge has made her way to the nation's capital here tonight. And tonight she is on a mission to prove her worth and to prove that she can stand toe-to-toe with women such as Becky Lynch. Of course, Michin in the past has been in contention for many championships, has had many opportunities at the NXT Women's Championship before, but she has never been able to grab the brass ring. She's just never been able to take that next step. She has been trying and she has been grinding, and tonight she can prove that the hard work has paid off. If she can defeat Becky Lynch tonight and shut up Becky Lynch for good, well, I don't know about for good. We all know Becky Lynch loves to talk. I don't know if she'll be able to shut her up for good, but she will at the least be able to put Becky Lynch in her place. It just seems like Becky Lynch and Michin gonna get into each other's faces as this contest starts off. Becky Lynch, I don't know what she was doing right there, trying to scout the competition, but it seems like Michin is gonna get the first strike. And now Becky trying to get some strikes in over her own, and there goes an uppercut bringing down Michin. And never mind. Michin able to roll out of the way of Becky Lynch. Now here comes Michin. Now is Becky on, wait a minute, she says, let's slow this down. She's trying to slow this one down here. Collar and elbow tie-up locked in. Michin, though, now has the headlock on Becky Lynch. What is Becky Lynch going to do here in this predicament? Michin trying to keep Becky Lynch now. And now Becky switches to the waistlock. What's Becky going to do here? Has Michin right where she wants her. And now Becky now rolling into the schoolboy here on Michin. An immediate kick out, though, doesn't even get a 1 count. Now Becky Lynch, off the ropes goes Michin. And now there's a nice throw there by Becky Lynch. Now Becky Lynch talking some trash to the WWE Universe. You can either hate Becky Lynch or you can love her. It's a little bit of a mixed reaction nowadays for the man. As now there's a nice head scissors takedown there by Michin. Becky Lynch, though, back up to her feet, taking out the leg of Michin as Michin trying to get the WWE Universe behind her. Most of the WWE Universe seems to be behind Michin here tonight. Of course, we all know the man will forever have supporters, even though some people do not like Becky Lynch. There are also that handful that still love the man and maybe even agree with what Becky Lynch said last week. As now Becky off the apron, taking down Michin with that big punch. Becky Lynch in control here tonight. What is the man looking to do? Referee Jessica Carr watching this matchup closely, trying to make sure nothing foul happens in this contest. She has already begun her count. She's at a count of 3 here. Now there's the 4 count there as Michin sent into the ring. Becky Lynch will also follow. She will oblige to the referee. We know that Becky Lynch and Jessica Carr haven't gone along as of late, but hopefully tonight there will be no shenanigans between the two. Now Michin has started to fight back into the match. Of course, Becky Lynch last week calling herself the only woman that deserves to be the Women's World Champion. And now tonight she will have a chance to prove that. She will have a chance to prove herself to see if she can take down Michin. Becky Lynch now looking to take out Michin early here with this Lamahi straw. We saw this earlier for Dragon Lee. It didn't work, and it's not going to work for Becky Lynch right there. And now Becky with a nice running maneuver taking down Michin. And see how calculated Becky Lynch is. Every move is thought of. Every move is with 100% certainty by the man. Becky Lynch is never not giving 100% in every matchup that she has. This is why she is one of the greatest to ever do it, if not the greatest. Of course, she calls herself the greatest of all time, and it's not just her saying it, it's Bleacher Report as well. Now Becky Lynch has Michin on the top. Michin, though, able to kick away her fist right there. Here comes Michin, starting to weaken down Becky Lynch, trying to slow her down a little bit here. Michin trying to fight back into this contest as Becky Lynch has her up. Sit-out powerbomb by Michin. Big maneuver out of nowhere as Michin is now, oh my goodness. I don't even know if that's PG right there, ladies and gentlemen. Becky Lynch was given a show just there by Michin. And just like that, now Michin is into the fight. She is back into the fray, and the WWE Universe are behind her. Not enough, though. Kick out by Becky Lynch at 2, able to thrust the shoulder up. Michin's got to stay on the attack, however. Becky Lynch now pulling herself up in the corner, is now seated on that bottom turnbuckle. Michin, though, not going to allow that to stop her offense. What's Michin planning to do here? Calling Becky Lynch up to her feet. What's the game plan? Kick to the gut there by Michin. And now Michin giving Becky Lynch a taste of defeat, most likely. Knee to the jaw, into the cover, hooking the leg of Becky Lynch, and she gets the shoulder up yet again. And this is what Becky Lynch makes, this is how Becky Lynch makes people very frustrated. This is what frustrates competitors about Becky Lynch. Yes, you may have her down, but at the end of the day, you got to find a way to keep her down for the 3 count. And frankly, not a lot of people over the last decade or so have been able to do that. Now Michin has a hold of Becky Lynch into the body slam there. Now Michin, she's going to head to the top rope. Is she going to be able to make this jump? Here comes Michin looking to fly. Oh my goodness, and she does! The cover on the man. This could be the biggest win of Michin's career. Another kick out. Like we just said, this is what frustrates people about Becky Lynch. You got Becky Lynch down, but are you able to keep her down for 3 seconds? Oh no, Becky Lynch, she's got a hold of the arm into the disarmer, here by the man. This move has won her many championships over the years, and it seems like this could win her another big matchup here tonight against Michin. Becky Lynch is wrenching back on Michin's arm. It is not looking good for Michin, but Michin, though, somehow able to slide out. But has the damage been done, ladies and gentlemen? Big strikes here by Michin. Not a lot of power behind them, though. Oh, the manhandle slam by Becky Lynch. And just like that, it is academic. Becky Lynch wins again. Hard-fought battle here tonight by Michin. But at the end of the day, the man always has a plan. And Becky Lynch, I guess, backs up her words of last week, and I guess sticks it to AJ Lee, as the man is victorious here tonight. And I guess if you are a Becky Lynch believer, if you are a follower of the man, she has just proved you right in saying that she is the only woman that deserves the world championship. Well, Becky Lynch is victorious here tonight, whether you like her or you hate her. Well, wait, what is Becky doing? Becky, what are you doing? Oh, come on, Becky, you won the damn match. This is not necessary. Becky Lynch, you won the match. This is not necessary. You don't need to do anything after the match. Well, Becky Lynch taking matters into her own hands, possibly trying to send a message to the rest of the women's locker room. After the contest here tonight, she's already won the match, and she's taken a little bit more into her own hands. Michin down in the middle of the ring. Jessica Carr hopefully trying to get some order. And now Becky Lynch, she's got that damn steel chair. What are you doing, Becky? Oh no, Becky now attacking the arm, that injured arm that was put in the disarmor for so long. And now Michin, oh no, Becky Lynch just crushing the arm of Michin. What the hell's gotten into Becky? Well, ladies and gentlemen, just an update for our main event later tonight. It will still be going on. Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed one-on-one for that last spot in the Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-way matchup. Jacob Fatu was seen by medical, and it seems like he is cleared to go. Of course, Jacob Fatu will not be 100% for our main event later tonight, but the Samoan Werewolf never one to back down from a fight. We will see if Jacob Fatu is able to keep up with Bronson Reed later tonight. But this time, it is not about Bronson Reed and Jacob Fatu. We will see them later. Right now, this moment in time is about Mommy. It is about Rhea Bloody Ripley. And Rhea has got a few things to say here tonight in Washington, D.C. Of course, Rhea Ripley, one of the biggest stars, if not really maybe the biggest star. You could argue that Rhea Ripley has enough star power to be the biggest star here in the WWE. And why she is here tonight, well, let's talk about it. Last week, Stephanie Vaquer, after she was successful in a 1v1 affair with Natalya, would be interrupted. Her celebration would be interrupted by none other than Rhea Bloody Ripley. And there's been a lot of talk about this moment that happened last week. A lot of talk about what was in the mind of Rhea Ripley as she walked down the ramp to go confront Stephanie Vaquer, as those two would go face to face last week on Monday Night Raw. And that is sprouted a lot of conversation, hell, maybe even a lot of controversy amongst the WWE universe. And I guess Rhea Ripley is here tonight to clear up any confusion that might have been sprouted from last week. Rhea Ripley is here. She has a lot of things on her mind, a lot of things that she wants to get off her chest. And when Mommy listens, most of the time, the WWE Universe, when Mommy speaks, I did that all wrong. Most of the time, the WWE Universe listens. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like somebody heard what Rhea Ripley just had to say, and she is going to take matters into her own hands and come out here and confront Rhea Ripley herself, paying back Rhea for last week. Stephanie Vaquer is in the building after hearing what Rhea had to say, basically saying she's just reminding the women's locker room of the pecking order. This is going to be an interesting development. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There are no hard feelings between these two women. They respect each other a lot. It's just that both of them believe they are the top dog in the women's division. And they both said if it happens to come down to both of them, It is going to be a show, and I can't wait to see that at some point. But reminder coming later tonight in our main event, Jacob Fatu not 100%, but he will still battle for the final spot at Backlash as he goes one-on-one with Big Bronson Reed later tonight. We are back live here on Monday Night Raw, and we are set for tag team division action. And making their way to the ring is possibly one of, if not the greatest tag team of all time.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 493 pounds, the team of Jimmy and main event, J.C.
Jimmy and Jay, the brothers Uso, are in the building. Of course, you got main event Jay Uso with the short hair and Jimmy Uso with the number 1 on his shirt, and they are ready for tag team action here tonight. Of course, the longest reigning tag team title reign here in WWE history. Of course, Jay Uso, a former Intercontinental and World Champion. But now he is back reunited with his brother, and they are looking to get back to the promised land, looking to get back to the top of the tag team division. And that journey starts tonight against Humberto and Angel.
At a combined weight of 425 pounds, Angel and
Of course, these two men right here, a part of Legado del Fantasma alongside of their leader, Santos Escobar. And these two are looking for possibly the biggest win in their career here tonight, possibly looking to upset the Usos and possibly get one step closer to a WWE World Tag Team title opportunity. Of course, Angel and Humberto haven't had much of the best of luck on the main roster. Of course, both of these men came in hot and ready to go when they first got here to Monday Night Raw. And now it seems like it kind of fizzled out. They've been trying to find their way. Well, tonight could possibly get their foot back in the door of title contention. We're going to have Jimmy Uso and Humberto starting things off here tonight in this contest. So these two meet in the middle of the ring. Jimmy misses the punch, and now Jimmy Uso takes out Humberto as he tried to circle the ring, trying to get his bearings, but Jimmy wouldn't allow it. Of course, Jimmy Uso, a lot of people have been clamoring that Jimmy deserves his own singles championship, deserves his own singles title reign, and he's had opportunities to get there. Unfortunately, has not been able to secure the brass ring. However, he is also a very good tag team. He is a very good tag team competitor, as I try to get my words out here again. And he is back reunited with his brother Jay, and they are looking to get back to another tag team title reign here tonight. Right now, Humberto is all over Jimmy Uso, trying to keep down one half of the greatest tag teams of all time. Now Humberto has a hold of Jimmy Uso, looking to bring him over to his corner, it seems. But Jimmy Uso able to fight out of the grasp of Humberto. What's the game plan now for Jimmy? He's going to send Humberto to his corner. And we're going to get the first tag of the night as here comes in main event Jey Uso. Of course, was given that nickname by his cousin Roman Reigns. Oh my goodness. Well, that's not going to feel well for Humberto when he wakes up in the morning. Whereas Jey Uso, like we mentioned earlier, a former World Heavyweight Champion, a former Intercontinental Champion. Now he has just been looking to get back into the swing of things with his brother. He's had his single success, and now he is back in the tag team ranks, and that spells trouble for any other tag team here on Monday Night Raw. And now what's Jey Uso looking to do? Holding the one up is Jey Uso. Is going to take advantage of Humberto not seeing him with the clothesline to the back of the head. Here comes Jey Uso now. So wait a minute, there's Angel. Angel taking Jey Uso off the top rope, and Jey Uso clearly not too happy about that one. Gets the enziguri, and down goes Angel for his troubles. Right now, the Usos all over Humberto and Angel, but Humberto catching Jey off guard now. Look at this lucha movement here. Just trying to speed up the pace is Humberto, trying to keep the Usos on their heels. It's going to happen now. Jey Uso sent off the ropes as he runs right into Humberto. Humberto, though, is here and trying everything he can to keep Jey Uso down. There's a nice super kick. And right now, Los Garza seem to be back in control of this contest here tonight. Of course, still to come, ladies and gentlemen, our big main event. You'll see another family member of the Usos, that being Jacob Fatu. He will go one-on-one with Bronson Reed to see who will fill the last spot for the Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way matchup. Of course, Jacob Fatu not 100%, but he is still going to fight nonetheless. That's just the type of guy the Samoan Werewolf is. Angel did get the tag in, and right now he is all over Jey Uso. It's not looking good for the Usos. Main event, Jey Uso has got to find a way to fight back in this thing. Jey Uso now put on the ropes. What is the game plan here for Angel? Now going to attack the small of the back of Jey Uso. Jey's got to find an opening quick, ladies and gentlemen. He's taken a lot of punishment early on in this tag team contest, and that's just going to continue to build up as long as the tag team match goes. Tag into Humberto by Angel. Has Jey in the middle of the ring, and now helps Humberto off the top rope with the shoulder tackle. Now into the cover, shoulders down. Jey Uso is in huge trouble. He'll get the shoulders up, though, after a kick out at 2. Right now, Humberto has a hold of Jey Uso. Los Garza has done a fantastic job with keeping Jey Uso away from his brother Jimmy. Wait a minute, what's Humberto looking to do here? Look at the raw string and the power of Humberto. Bridges after the deadlift German, and it's going to be a kick out. Jey Uso is down. Humberto and Angel are dealing out the punishment. Humberto continuing his assault on Jey Uso, but Jey Uso able to catch the leg into the super kick to the gut, followed up by the big strike there. Jey Uso starting to get back into the fight. Big punch here by Jey. Now Jey trying to fire off the offense, trying to get the momentum back on the side of the Usos. Off the ropes goes Humberto. Jey Uso with the drop down into the Samoan drop. And now Jey finally will get the tag. He created the opening. In comes in Big Brother Jimmy. Jimmy Uso, what is he looking to do right here to keep the momentum? Big Jim, as they call him. Look at these strikes here by Big Jim. Kick to the gut. And now a super kick to the side of the face of Humberto. What the hell is Jimmy going to do up here now? Jimmy on the top rope. Jimmy Uso with the diving headbutt there. Well, we know the Samoans, this entire family, the Anoa'i family, they've got some hard heads. And we've got a kick out by Humberto. And wait a minute here. Well, we need to get a camera backstage here. Apparently, CM Punk and Gunther are continuing to fight backstage. Here they are. That's the damn archives area. How the hell did they find that? Well, Punk and Gunther continuing their brawl from last week. We saw them earlier when they were fighting in the parking lot. And now it seems that CM Punk has a hold of Gunther. And he sends him into that little cupboard, that little shelving of those damn steel steps. We have a tag team matchup going on right in front of me right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is so big right here, such a big development, my goodness. That glass light tube crushed over the head of CM Punk. And now what the hell is Gunther going to do with those? What is Gunther going to do with those steel steps? Tries to throw him at Punk. The shelving on the way. He's going to get him with a chop, though. Punk and Gunther, they've been fighting almost all night, it seems. ever since last week, ever since Punk dropped some truth on Gunther, and now Punk's sitting into the shelving with those damn megaphones and the steel chairs. I don't know. We've got to find a way to get some type of help back there, ladies. We got to break these two up. Somebody's got to get kicked out of the building. We've got to do something. And now they found the damn old WrestleMania arena. What are they doing? What the hell is going on here? Oh, no. Well, Gunther, he's got a hold of CM Punk. He's got him up. Gunther, think about this one. Powerbomb CM Punk off of the ring. There's no protection back there. That's just full-on concrete. Oh, my goodness. Well, that is a continuing developing situation right there. CM Punk and Gunther, their brawl continues. Meanwhile, we're back out here in the middle of the ring with the Usos and Los Garza. Guys, we got to try to, reinstate some order here. I mean, we've got to get some help backstage. I've said this multiple times already tonight. We've got to break those two up. I don't know how CM Punk is going to even be able to walk after that. Just getting dropped with a powerbomb, no protection onto the concrete of the archives area there backstage. I mean, I don't even know what you do. Meanwhile, focusing back on the tag team matchup, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. Big Jim got the tag to main event Jay. Garza is legal. Angel Garza is legal for Los Garza. My mind's just all over the place right now, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. Just seeing what we just saw in the middle of this contest, having to cut away from this tag team matchup because the brawl between the best in the world and the Ring General is still going on. Jey Uso sending Angel to the corner once again. Big strike there by Jey. Now going to send Angel to the top rope. What the hell is Jey Uso looking to do right here, right now? Jey Uso, he's got Garza. Garza is in a big predicament here. Superplex by main event Jey Uso. And now Jey will get the tag into Big Brother Jimmy. What is Jimmy going to do right here, right now? Jim Uso weighing his options. Big punches here now by Jimmy Uso in the corner, trying to keep Los Garza down, trying to keep Angel out of the contest. It has seemed to be all Usos in the later half of this contest, but you cannot count out Los Garza. One opening, and they could be able to get back into the swing of things and steal this one. Jimmy Uso runs it. Oh my God, well there's the opening right there I was talking about. The big punch. And now here we go, the crucifix locked in here by Angel. Looking to steal the victory. Kick out though by Big Jim. But as I was talking about, that one opening that they needed, and that was Humberto getting the cheap shot on Big Jim. And now just like that, they are back in the contest. And now Humberto, he's going to head to the top rope. What's he planning here? There's a big splash by Humberto down onto Big Jim. The brothers Uso is in trouble. Into the cover, hooking the leg. Oh, Jey Uso breaks that one up. Not going to allow that to win the match. Now Jimmy, though, still has a lot of fight left in him. What's the game plan? Big super kick on the chin. And now Jim gets the tag to Jey. Jey Uso is legal. What's he going to do here? Kick to the gut, seats Humberto again. Uh-oh, here we go. Shades of their father, my goodness. And now, tried to take out Angel. Angel not going for any of it. Telling Jey Uso to bring it instead. Jey Uso says, screw that, I'm going to fly. He takes out Angel here tonight. And now possibly the opening that the Usos needed. Here we go. Big tag here. Rolling Humberto out. He's in trouble. Here comes Usos with the 1D. 1D by the Usos. Jimmy Uso now looking to take care of Angel. Once again, falling into the cover. And that'll do it. Big time victory tonight for Jimmy and Jey, the brothers Uso, proving why they are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Oh my goodness! Well, speaking of one of the greatest tag teams of all time, the Motor City Machine Guns are here, and it seems like they are taking back what the Usos possibly want, and they are looking to take the World Tag Team titles. Well, coming up next week here on Monday Night Raw, Rhea Bloody Ripley will be in tag team action alongside with her best friend Io Sky. Of course, Rhea Ripley said that she is the top dog here in the women's division here on Raw, and she's looking to prove that with the help of her best friend Io Sky as they take on the newcomers Sol Ruka and Zarya. And then also, coming up next week, we just saw one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and in their opinion, the greatest tag team of all time, and the Motor City Machine Guns confront the Usos after their big tag team victory here tonight. Well, next week, they will have a chance to prove that, and what a matchup this is. The Motor City Machine Guns taking on Rey Fenix and Penta, the Lucha Brothers. It is going to be a big week here on Monday Night Raw next week, but we still got one more contest to go. It is main event time here in the nation's capital.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by the Oracle, Paul Heyman, representing the Vision from Black Forest, South Australia. Weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
Big Bronson Reed, accompanied by the Oracle and WWE Hall of Famer Paul Heyman, is in action tonight, and he is looking to get one step closer to one of the biggest opportunities of his career. Of course, we know Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, part of this vision that Paul Heyman has for the future of the WWE, and that vision could possibly get even brighter if Bronson Reed is able to get victory here tonight. We all know that the Samoan Werewolf is not 100% coming into this contest. The assault from Braun Breaker in the parking lot proved that when he cut Jacob Fatu in half with not one, not two, but 3 spears. But that doesn't mean that this man isn't going to walk into the battlefield. Jacob Fatu is ready for war. You know, when medical reached Jacob Fatu earlier tonight after that assault, he was so pissed off. He was asking everybody, where is Braun Breaker? He was trying to get his hands on Braun Breaker, but he's got to stay focused. Medical cleared him, asked him if he wanted medical tape. He said, screw that, I'm going out there showing the battle scars. He wants to show no weakness. He wants to show that he is ready to go. And frankly, not that anybody questions Jacob Fatu. We all know that regardless, he's going to go out ready for war. But is this a smart decision? Regardless, though, Jacob Fatu is here to try to get the big opportunity to become the Intercontinental Champion. He is not going to back down from the fight here tonight. Bronson Reed and Jacob Fatu, 2 behemoths here on Monday Night Raw, getting ready to collide for an opportunity to get into the Fatal 4-Way matchup at Backlash for the Intercontinental Championship. Seth Rollins, Javon Evans, and Solo Sikoa await. It's Jacob Fatu out of the gate, getting at Bronson Reed. Trying to get this one over quickly, it seems. He knows the danger he's in with those damaged ribs, and he's going to try his best to make sure that he can keep the advantage in this contest. Jacob Fatu has a hold of Bronson Reed right now in the wrist lock. Didn't expect to see much chain in this contest, but here we are regardless. Oh my goodness. Bronson Reed showing off the power, but Jacob Fatu is back with the power and the explosiveness. trying to do anything he can to keep Bronson Reed off his toes. Is now Jacob Fatu continuing to use his explosiveness and his power to his advantage right now, here tonight. The Samoan Werewolf starting off hot. You got to think wherever the other three are, Javon Evans. Oh my goodness. Well, I was just trying to talk about the other competitors in the Intercontinental Championship contest at Backlash, but it seems like Bronson Reed said enough of that talk about the contest, and I guess I will. I'm not trying to get on the bad side of that big man. Right now, Bronson Reed immediately getting control back in this contest. Jacob Fatu had his little flurry of offense in the beginning, but now Bronson Reed is looking to slow things down. Jacob Fatu is in huge trouble. Of course, with those damaged ribs, you already knew this was going to be a high-tail battle for Jacob Fatu. It's not going to be easy. And now that Bronson Reed has control, it is not looking good for the Samoan Werewolf. Big Bronson Reed now taking out Jacob Fatu here on the outside. And now what's Bronson Reed looking to do? Sends Jacob Fatu over to the announce table. And now here's Bronson Reed. Oh, face first goes Jacob. Now Bronson will send Jacob back into the ring. A poor referee. This is one of our rookie referees, ladies and gentlemen. And she's got the tall task of trying to keep these two behemoths in check. I do feel like she is capable, though. She is not a WWE referee for no reason. Bronson Reed trying to grab Jacob Fatu. Fatu, though, still fighting back. Still showing that he's got some form of life in this contest. Now off the ropes goes Bronson Reed. Jacob Fatu once again take out. What the hell is Paul Heyman doing? Well, usually Paul Heyman doesn't get himself involved. Look at that. Our referee, she saw that almost immediately, not going to allow Paul Heyman to get away with that. I don't think Paul Heyman looks too happy about her immediately seeing that he took off that turnbuckle padding. I feel like she's one of the faster referees to notice that just happened. So that's a good job by her. As I say, usually Paul Heyman doesn't get involved in these types of matchups, but tonight, I guess, trying to give Bronson Reed any type of help he can, just like Braun Breaker did earlier tonight. Although that might not even be able to help Bronson Reed, even though they do have some type of partnership, dare I say friendship going on. That might have just been because Braun Breaker felt like he wanted to. Jacob Fatu once again taking Bronson Reed off his feet. Feel like Jacob was probably planning something in the corner, but Bronson was able to get a hold of his senses in time. And oh my goodness, a big body slam there by Jacob Fatu in the middle of the ring. To the cover goes the Samoan Werewolf, but big Bronson Reed able to power that shoulder up. What's Jacob's game plan now? What is he planning to do here? Sends Bronson to the corner. Now big shoulder check into the gut of Bronson Reed. Trying to keep Bronson Reed grounded by any means necessary is Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu feeling the energy from the WWE Universe. What's the game plan now? Here comes Jacob, the pop-up Samoan there. He's going to go for the cover off of that one. Bronson Reed is down. Referee in perfect position to see the shoulders, but Bronson kicks out again. You see that sign over there, all gas, no brakes. That is what Jacob Fatu is all about, and that has basically been this entire matchup. If you thought those 3 spears by Braun Breaker earlier tonight was going to keep Jacob Fatu out of this contest, I mean, I guess that's what we kind of all thought, but I guess we were all mistaken. We don't know Jacob Fatu very well, it seems. Now Bronson Reed sent to the outside, and now Jacob Fatu is going to follow. So wait, what does Jacob Fatu do? Oh my goodness. Well, there goes our announce table, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Fatu taking apart the announce table. I don't know what he plans to do with it. Sends Bronson Reed into the announce table. Now, I guess he got rid of all the covering to get the full impact of slamming Bronson Reed's head onto our announce table and now sending Bronson Reed into the steel steps. Jacob Fatu, look at that. The ring awareness and the experience of Jacob Fatu going to break the count right there. Going to reset the count so he has a lot more time to deal the punishment he wants to. Now face first goes Bronson Reed on the apron. WWE Universe is feeling it here at the Capital One Arena here in Washington, D.C. They've been a phenomenal crowd here in the nation's capital, and it seems they are getting a doozy of a main event here tonight. These two big men trading the big blows, going back and forth in this contest, trying to see who will fill that final spot at Backlash for the Intercontinental Championship. Oh my goodness! The offense of Bronson Reed. I mean, don't get me wrong, the offense of Jacob Fatu is also impressive. Wait a minute. What's Bronson Reed looking to do here? Oh my goodness, there's a nice driver. Down goes Jacob Fatu into the cover. Referee, perfect position here, but Jacob gets the shoulder up just before 3. I thought that was 3. That was way too close for comfort right there, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob now sitting to the corner. Oh my goodness, what the hell is going on here? It's Jacob Fatu to push away Bronson Reed and also gets the boot up. And Jacob Fatu with that strike takes down Bronson Reed. And now Jacob, he's going to head to the top rope on his own discretion. Jacob Fatu with the big splash. Samoan splash by Jacob Fatu. He's got the leg hooked, but instead Bronson Reed gets the shoulder up again. Each of these men's big shot has been thrown, but it has not been enough to put the other one down. What is it going to take for either of these men to get to Backlash? We told you this would be a good one, and this has been a fantastic main event contest. Now Bronson Reed off the ropes into the senton, attacking that midsection of Jacob Fatu. You know Jacob Fatu's got to be hurting to some degree, but he is not going to allow that to slow him down. He wants to get to Backlash by any means necessary. Jacob Fatu now sent into the corner. Bronson Reed will follow. Try for the chop. Jacob Fatu able to fight out of that. Went into the super kick. My goodness, that super kick just took Bronson Reed's head off. And now here's Jacob Fatu with a Falcon Arrow. Now on to Bronson Reed. Jacob Fatu's doing anything he can. And now, wait a minute. Paul Heyman there looking to grab the ankle of Jacob Fatu. And now he's got the Samoan Werewolf's attention. I wouldn't mind if Jacob Fatu went out there and gave Paul Heyman a taste of his own medicine. But instead, big Bronson Reed is there, and he is taking advantage of any opening he has, but Jacob Fatu takes his head off with that clothesline. What's Jacob Fatu going to do now? Oh my goodness, whoa! Well, he took off Bronson Reed off the apron. He fell onto Paul Heyman. Heyman hit the ground. And now, oh my goodness, Jacob Fatu off the top rope flies down with a crossbody onto Bronson Reed. The Samoan Werewolf is up. He is hyped up. The WWE Universe on their feet behind Jacob Fatu in this contest. And now Jacob Fatu will send Bronson Reed back in the middle of the ring. And now Jacob looking out to the WWE Universe, trying to make sure he has all the support he can have. Bronson Reed is down in the middle of the ring. Here comes Jacob Fatu with the big moonsault. Oh, it's still not enough. Bronson Reed showing the fight. He's still got a lot left in the tank. And now look at Paul Heyman talking a little bit more trash to Jacob Fatu. At this point, Jacob, I think you just got to go out there and give him a piece of your mind. But instead, Bronson Reed is here to protect Paul Heyman. And now Jacob sent back to the outside. Jacob Fatu hitting that big climbing moonsault, that little two-step moonsault from the second rope to the top rope, and it wasn't able to put down Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed was probably trying to get a count-out victory, saw Jacob Fatu getting up to his feet, and then decided, I've got to go out there and go get him. Look at these strikes here by Bronson Reed. Just continuous punches here by the big Aussie. Jacob Fatu, though, starting to fight back with strikes of his own, however. There's another super kick on the jaw, near the bottom of the chin. And now Jacob Fatu trying to send Bronson Reed back into the ring here. But instead, Bronson Reed, he's just not going. He doesn't want to do it. Jacob Fatu, he'll get back in the ring. And he's going to go right back out after Bronson Reed. And now Jacob Fatu, oh my goodness! A big Uranagi there by Jacob Fatu on to Bronson Reed. He's going to continue his assault. Bronson Reed just doesn't want to get back into this ring. I don't know what the game plan is here for Bronson Reed. Meanwhile, Jacob Fatu taking down Bronson Reed with another driver. And Jacob once again going to reset the count. I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do. I believe he wants to win this matchup the right way. He wants to pin or submit Bronson Reed here tonight. Now, finally, we'll be able to get Bronson Reed back into the ring. Is the Samoan werewolf? Wait a minute! Running down the ramp! Oh my God! Braun Breaker with the head of steam! Will Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed have the attention of the official, and that gave Braun Breaker the opening to run full speed. Did you see how fast he was moving? Oh my goodness, the fourth spear of the night that Jacob Fatu has suffered. Braun Breaker flees the scene, and now Bronson Reed has the opening after that big air raid crash into the tsunami. Jacob Fatu has been cut in half. He has been crushed by the tsunami, and he might have just been screwed out of the Intercontinental Championship. You've got to be kidding me. Well, the Vision seemingly had a plan here tonight. Jacob Fatu was hurt bad. He couldn't even deny it. He knew he was hurt bad, but he was still going to fight, and fight he did. But with Braun Breaker running down the ramp full speed with the fourth spear of the night, that one being the most impactful, giving Bronson Reed the opening. And Bronson Reed is headed to Backlash. Jacob Fatu is not going to be a happy camper when he wakes up tomorrow morning. But tonight, it is all about the Vision. It is all about big Bronson Reed, as he has secured the final spot for the Intercontinental Championship contest at Backlash. Oh, wait a minute here. Well, the visionary, Seth freaking Rollins, has seen everything, and he is confronting his final opponent for Backlash. As we take a look at the official graphic, all the spots have been filled. Javon Evans, Seth freaking Rollins, Solo Sikoa, and big Bronson Reed. These four men will contest each other at Backlash to see who will walk out of St. Louis with the Intercontinental Championship. It is surely going to be a good one in St. Louis. We thank you for joining. Well, wait a minute here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this wasn't on the rundown. We all knew CM Punk was in the building. We saw when we cut to the back the brawls he was having with Gunther. Why is he coming out here? He doesn't have any scheduled mic time. How the hell is Punk even walking? I'm looking at the rundown, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't have any scheduled mic time here tonight. What is going on? We were slated to end the show right then and there with Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed, but it seems like CM Punk has other plans. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on. I'm just as clueless as everyone else at home. CM Punk was not scheduled to speak here tonight, but it seems like CM Punk, who always has something on his mind, has something to get off his chest. You can see the look in his eyes. I mean, he's probably still feeling the pain and the impact of him getting dropped with a powerbomb off that ring onto the concrete by the ring general. Where the hell even is Gunther? When we were looking at these two earlier, they were all over each other. Now all of a sudden, Gunther's not here. Something does not feel right about this entire situation, ladies and gentlemen. Something just feels off. Well, hopefully, we can get an answer to whatever the heck is going on right here and right now. CM Punk, he's gonna grab a microphone eventually. Hopefully, we can get some type of answer. Oh, wait a minute here, ladies and gentlemen. From the crowd from behind, here comes the ring general, Gunther. We'll see Punk coming out here, speaking his mind, saying that Gunther is nothing but a poser. He's a chump, and that every time there's a challenge presented in Gunther's way, all he wants to do is say no and try to run away. Punk speaking that at some point we can brawl night in and night out, saying him and Gunther can do this for a while, but at some point the boots are going to have to be laced up, the bell is going to have to ring, and we really are going to see who is truly the best in the world. And I guess Gunther did not like what Punk had to say, of course, just the same thing as last week. Wait a minute, go to sleep! CM Punk catching Gunther out of nowhere with the go to sleep. And that just might be the comeuppance that CM Punk was talking about. Gunther getting back to his feet because he's still a little bit groggy, but CM Punk is back on the attack. A second GTS. The best in the world is on top. What the hell is CM Punk looking for right here, right now? He's got that damn table. He's looking to send another message to the ring general here tonight. Gunther, though, misses the chop. And oh, here we go. He's got another chop in. Oh, my goodness. That time he got the original one he wanted. And now Gunther once again seems to be back in advantage, although still a little bit groggy from the GTS. Two of them back to back from CM Punk. It seems like Gunther is back in control. These brawls have been going on all night. We have an official in there, but I don't think he's going to try to get in the middle of these two gladiators. There's a power bomb by Gunther, the same power bomb that Punk suffered earlier tonight off the ring in the Archives area. Now Gunther has that table set up. CM Punk does not know where he is. He has not recovered from those power bombs, and it looks like he's going to get his third one of the night, this time through the table that he introduced. The ring general is on top. This is the problem when you face a man like Gunther. And now Gunther, oh no, he's got a hold of CM Punk and he might be looking to put Punk to sleep. Well, the referee, oh my goodness, he's wrenching it. Gunther is wrenching it here on Punk. The referee pleading for the ring general to let go, but it doesn't seem like Gunther's going to do it anytime soon. He's sending a message to everybody in the back who thinks that they are better than him, who think that they are the best in the industry. Clearly, Gunther takes offense anytime you say that. CM Punk is fading, and he's fading fast. CM Punk now, he's barely moving. CM Punk might be out. The referee continuing to plead with the ring general, and Gunther just continues to wrench it anytime the referee even tries to speak to him. We've got to get some damn help out here right now for CM Punk. We've got to get Gunther off of the Second City Saint, because he is probably gonna severely injure CM Punk. The ring general making his presence known and sending the big message here tonight on Monday Night Raw.